guys, kembali lagi kita akan nobar onic kali ini. Apakah onic bisa menang ataukah pulang kembali?
Futbol uğraşıyordum, futbolcu olmak istiyordum. Ama pandemi girdikten sonra futbola ara verdim. Birazcık da Mobile Legends oynamaya başladım o
Kita
zamanlar.
lihat saja
Que
langsung.
nosotros empezamos desde la MDL,
Wow.
la ganamos, después subimos a la MPL, también la ganamos y ahora estamos en el Mundial y también esperamos ganar.
I think Team Zone is underdog in M7.
Welcome
Nobody
datang.
expected us to be here.
Evo was once a dark horse and we break
Ini Onyx
through
jam
the
berapa ya
expectation of
mulainya?
everyone.
Tapi di thumbnail MPL nya
Even though
sih
we are coming in as a newcomer,
apa
we are
namanya?
not just coming in here for
Di jam
experience.
akhir
We know
nggak
we
sih?
have power. That's all. We are good.
Nosotros somos el equipo dark horse.
Who do I think will be the dark horse? A bit of a Malaysian bias, but I would say CG for sure.
I'll lean more towards Yangon
Streaming ko
Galactic. I
lanjut
don't
kan?
think anyone really is expecting CG to be a threat.
Kita orang bukan dark house, kita orang cuma pendatang baru.
ကျွန်တော်ကတော့အဲ့လိုတော့မထင်ဘူးအများကြီးပြင်ဆင်နေတယ်တော့ကြောင့်မလို့ပွဲတဲ့ကြရင်အကောင်းဆုံးပုံစံနဲ့ဆော့ရသွားမှာချပြသွားမယ်ချပြသွားမှာလို့ချက်တော့စောင့်jည့်သေးတယ်
Sebab kita orang ni suka invade orang, bancang orang, memang gaduh tak berhenti.
ညီရဥအောင်ချတယ်ပေါ့အဲ့ဒါကြောင့်မို့ကျွန်တော်တို့ gracie ဆော့ရတဲ့ဘောကြ
Agresif, kenapanya? Karena suka perang. Karena kalau misalkan bermain agresif, musuh bakal kena pressure duluan.
មូលហេតុដែលពួកខ្ញុំចូលចិត្តលេង aggressive ដោយសារពួកខ្ញុំតែមកគឺមើលដែលថាមើល player ខ្លួនឯងនីមួយៗហើយគិតទៅថាអ្នកគឺដៃខ្លាំងមែនតើអញ្ចឹងលេង aggressive គឺត្រូវ
我们战术打法无规则打法，有对手可能研究不透我们吧。
We are not that serious. We just playing for fun because it helps us not to get pressure. If you play for real, we get a high pressure international.
可以打进世界赛的关键之一是早睡早起，保持好身体。
Siguro determination lang din talaga and focus sa sarili kasi doon nalalabas siguro yung pagiging consistent sa paglalaro.
Ayam tidak paham
Our veterans in our enemies need to respect us. Strong mentality and discipline because it's all about out of the game. King teams for me are gaming.
Nonton di
Siguro para masabi
yang
kung
versi
king
bahasa
yung team
Indonesianya masalah
or
dulu lagi
legends,
nih.
siguro meron muna silang MSC title and M-World
Di
title.
Indonesia banyak yang nonton.
Kalau dibilang tim raja, enggak lah. Kita belum
Ayo,
layak lah dipanggil.
ayo Onyx bisa
Ya,
bantu
back to
yuk.
back dulu lah semuanya, baru bisa dianggap tim raja.
Tingin ko isa kami sa mga king teams kasi sobrang dami na namin pinanalo na tournaments and sobrang dami na namin na-achieve ng magkakasama. Sa tingin ko kapag na-achieve na namin yung Golden Road, hindi na siguro king team yung tawag sa amin, siguro mas angat pa doon.
I think we are because based on the recent tournament in MSC we are the top two.
If we win, we already show everyone that we have the potential to become more than a king.
Let's do it for Malaysia.
I will redeem Indonesia.
I will complete the Golden Road.
Kita bisa kesini dulu. Nggak kebaca. Ada now. Tim Falcon sama Aurora. Let's go. Ini saatnya. Satu menit lagi. Let's go, dikit lagi nih. pertama kali nih, woi. Langsung saja ke grafik.
Live from Jakarta, Indonesia, the battle will start here in the M7 World Championship. Let the world see us.
Live here from the Exo Hall of Jakarta, we're starting back the M7 World Championship Swiss stage, where today we'll see 3 more teams advancing to the knockout stage. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is after 1 day of break. So speaking of, before we even start the show, Naisu, Mariko, how did you guys celebrate the break? What about you,
BO3
Naisu?
nggak sih? Ini atau
Did you actually get a break?
BO1 lagi?
I just relaxed, man. You know,
Yeah, you got sick.
Yeah. that's another way to put it. And you know, I just kind of chilled. I played some Mobile Legends actually.
What about you, Mariko?
Started out the day, recorded some
mandi,
podcasts
coy.
with the BB Wolf.
Wow.
Then,
Mending mandi
after that,
dulu.
went out to dinner with Rose, JJ, Arashi, and you.
Yeah. Thanks for the invite.
13 menit
Honestly, it's
lagi.
amazing. You were sick.
Mandi gue, coy.
And yeah, I feel like the day's break is amazing because it gives you time to really reflect on the things that happen in your life. All the regrets that you've ever gone through, the conversations that you wish you never had, the friends that you thought you would never lose, and also all the buffs that you lost towards your opponents and all the retributions that you didn't make. And the bans where you didn't do it for the cloud. Speaking of, we got to talk about that. But first of all, welcome again to the M7 World Championship. If you guys have any regrets, type down in the comments. My name is Afel. Alongside me is Mirko as well as Naisu. You have any regrets, Mirko?
My regret, like over the course of M series or my life.
Your life, of course.
My life. I don't think I have any regrets, man.
I think mine was getting colorblind. What about you, Naisu?
I would have to share that with you then, because
Is that really a choice though? That's not a regret. You can't control that.
you know, I don't know. Maybe it was something in our life that made us the same color blindness.
Maybe. But now we got to talk about something else. What is it? It's the bracket. Of course it's the bracket, right? We got to look at the movements. And I feel like the craziest thing is we got to talk about the teams that made it through, which is Alter Ego as well as SRG. Quite a lot of people did not expect this. So that's an amazing way to start off. But we also got to unfortunately say that there are 2 teams that have been knocked out. And it's Yangfeng Yaguai as well as Buskin. But for today, we'll have 3 more teams making out of knockouts.
Yeah, we're going to get past the 2-1 bracket today. So Aura Philippines versus Team Spirit, TLPH versus Yangon Galacticos, and Team Falcon versus Aurora Gaming. Now, again, these matchups are actually super fire. I thought these were going to be the matchups tomorrow. I thought we were going to get to 1-2 bracket, but it makes sense
They
to
like
save.
this.
Yep.
Yes, but also it makes sense to save the eliminations for later, right? You don't want to get through the eliminations yet. And yes, for the 1-2 bracket, they will be playing an elimination match. And for you guys watching, day 5, day 6, we will be only best of 3s now. We are going to say goodbye to best of 1s. That was a thing of the past.
You know, I still love the Swiss stages. I'm always excited when we get to go through this because our matches, of course, have been pretty heated. I mean, that SRG match that we had against TLPH was one of the
That's the
probably
best of the year.
Yeah, best of the year match so far. Hopefully we get to see something like that once we get to the later stage of the knockouts. Again, this is today's schedule, and even for this, man, by the end of it, you know, we're going to have 3 more teams secure their spot for the knockouts. A lot of good matches here, too. Even for the last one, I got to say, yes, I think after especially the result of SRG and TL, I don't know, man. Even being a Filipino over here. Well, half Filipino. It's like, I can root for TL, but I have to respect what Yangon Galacticos has also showed us and been able to do, and I think that's a big thing. But I still do expect that to be a fun match with TL, but they are one of the teams, we've talked about this before, they need to be poked a little bit, man. Like, and I feel like that was the loss against SRG, and now they're going to be ready to steamroll ahead.
Yeah, honestly, it's okay. At this point, I believe that we're all half Filipino.
Okay, that's true.
If we just check our DNA, splice a bit, we might be 2%. Yeah, and 2% is more than 0%. But speaking of, we got to talk about the first match, which is going to be Falcon going up against Aurora Turkey, if I believe. And one of the things that I want to talk about first, before we get any of the graphics, we got to deal with Claude, man. Because every M series, that's that one hero that really needs to be banned out. Would you be surprised, Marco, to see any first pick Claudes for today?
I wouldn't be surprised to see any first pick Claudes. I would be surprised if it's left open, actually, or if there are going to be more than just first pick Claudes. Maybe, let's say, like those baits that haven't worked out for teams to actually go for other first picks, let go of the Claude, see it on red side. That's going to be more surprising for me. Because even in the SRG versus TLPH matchup, I would say cream of the crop, two top teams in M7, they prioritize the Claude heavily. Game 1, OHEB got it.
Yeah.
Game 2, Game 3 didn't. And they lost the games that they didn't get Claude.
So now, nice. So Meta versus Turkey, fast track to the final. This is quite big for Meta because they have not gotten the opportunity to make it out of knockout stage. So if they do it here, now that's big for the region.
Yeah, I think on both sides, right? Because even for Aurora Turkey, they don't want to, have this be the end of their journey, just like we saw back in M6. But I think, for everybody that's been watching Falcons now, and these specific players for the longest time, this would be such a big milestone for them to get to the knockouts, which they're literally one win away from doing. And this is so far from all the times we've seen these guys play in Team Falcons ever since they were first introduced to us on the international stages. This has to be the best they've looked, right? And I think even if you look at their gameplay, their game strategy, it's very interesting because of the fact that they do still play more towards that utility,
I agree.
that lineup and that composition that we saw, I don't know, metas ago, right? And they make it work really well. The Matildas, the Fredrins, the Bakshas. And I don't know if that's going to be stopped in the tracks by Aurora Turkey here as we see them getting ready for this match, because maybe they've got it figured out. Maybe they've got the counter plan against Team Falcons here.
I'm even thinking, what if they just match fire for fire? Right? What if Aurora Turkey does the same thing? And honestly, it's insane. If Mena actually makes it through the knockout stage, then they can say, like, what's your excuse? You say you don't have time? We're literally doing degrees in engineering.
Med students,
and we can still do well. But now, we're going to be checking out a video where we were able to talk to Aurora Turkey to see a bit more insight before we actually jump into the game. So let's see what's inside their heads.
Aurora Turkey, I think they have not met expectations.
I think it has been underwhelming, to say the least, for Aurora Turkey's performance.
The first day, I don't think we performed very well. I think that we kind of fall into some sort of default mode that we have, and then we just kind of turn off our brain and we just play randomly. I think maybe because of nerves, alter ego, fans were like beating the drums.
You still feel the drum in your stomach, kinda. We couldn't focus in game a little bit.
As a result, we lost perhaps a well-deserved loss, I think, at this point.
Geçmişten bugüne baktığımız zaman uzun zamandır birlikte oynuyoruz ve birlikte çok fazla turnuva gördük. Her turnuva sonucu istediğimiz gibi olmadı.
I was the one who broke the news to Apex that, hey, I kind of need you to sit out. We're gonna try Pago, and let's see if it's good.
TNZ, Rosa, Apex, those guys I expected to never change.
Pagu coming in, I felt like was a big shakeup.
There's some extra pressure just because as a successor I need to prove that I'm also strong and I can also achieve a lot.
He's still brand new in this high level MLB, I suppose. He was not exactly like godly shot caller or something. I was not very excited about changing Apex. This is personally. The team would like to change.
We swapped Apex because I was alone in coaching stuff and it was really hard to make plans.
Beklemediğim bir karardı aslında. Çok hızlı gelişti. Biraz daha oynayacağımı düşünüyordum ama bir anda gerçekleşti.
Çünkü herkes abisiyle bir spor takımında oynamak ister. Ama takımca bu kararı verdiğimiz zaman profesyonel davranmak zorundaydım.
I think for Aurora Turkey, it's just they have a set way to play the game, and when it doesn't go that specific way, it gets really, really tough.
We could have been played better, of course.
When we won, actually we were very unhappy. the way we want. If you can see the video of us like walking off the stage, we were arguing on the stage while we were doing fist bumps. We were actually like quite unhappy with our performance.
So there we can see a bit on what's going on there. Is number one, even though they win, doesn't necessarily mean that they're happy. But also something I do want to talk about, because even us casters, Mirko did say, like, I'm used to this alter ego drums. But not all casters here are accustomed to it. Yeah. And even we have some difficulty. So imagine that for the players, where essentially, like, they just got to speak much, much louder to get the message across. So yeah, it's something we don't always discuss. But the crowd environment also kind of impacts them a little bit, which I think should not be the case here, no, Mirko? Because I feel like for both teams, they don't have that crazy support going against them.
Yeah, unfortunately not here in the arena. We're not going to see a full stadium with a full arena with a lot of fans. And yeah, it's not just communicating that gets difficult for the players when, we have all those drums, all that support for Alter Ego and for the Indonesian teams. It's also the fact that the pressure gets into you.
Yes.
Like when you make a mistake, and you hear the crowd go, yeah, you're like, oh man, it just feels
when you
so
get
much.
caught.
Exactly. Exactly. All the mistakes get like elevated, right? Usually you would already feel the pressure when you make mistakes, but the fact you make mistakes and you hear a lot of people cheering, a lot of people booing, and a lot of people celebrating your mistake, it's a lot heavier. So now they're going to be able to play without any pressure against Team Falcons, in the 2-1 bracket.
Yeah.
In the 2-1 bracket, you're still safe. Even if you lose this best of 3, you're going to be dropped down to 2-2, which means you still have another life.
Yeah, and honestly, I want to talk about Pago a little bit here, nice, because he's the new guy. But honestly, personally for me, I think he's doing quite good. Maybe not top 3, but still not bad.
I think, like you heard in the video there, and what we've seen at least here so far is the potential is there, and it was like you heard from Apex 47 himself, like. He wanted to play more, but this was a decision to benefit the whole team. And that's usually what we see, right? In the highest level of competitive play, you have to be kind of selfless and you do what's best for the team. And, I feel like that adjustment period for them specifically is, we've been seeing it in real time in their matches. Like, to see a team win a victory, but then be kind of like, quote unquote, arguing, as they said in the video, during the fist bumps, like, that just shows that this is a team who still wants to improve. Maybe you call that a bit of perfectionism, like they just really want to be perfect and, really be happy with their gameplay. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think even Team Falcons, if you look at them, again, they're all intellectuals, to the highest degree because of their degrees they're studying. So I'm sure there's also that perfectionism between them too. And I feel like they have shared some of the same sentiments. So there's like, for both these teams, that this victory, whoever ends up getting it, is a milestone in itself. And that's why, again, yes, it's a 2-1. Yes, you still have a chance if you lose. But, both these teams, what they've laid on the line so far is definitely, to say the least, what they've been able to accomplish in M7 already.
Yeah, something that I do have to say is that I feel like for all these teams, they will get better and better every single day. And we say that, but the thing is, I've experienced, because we stay in the same hotel, I meet them every once in a while in the lift or during breakfast, and asking about training. Every single time you ask about training, they're all smiles for all of the players, because I feel like this is the best experience, especially for non-Southeast Asia region, where they're like, dude, it's so easy to get scrims here. Like, like instead of feeling like we're getting better every week, you legit feel like you're getting better every day.
And it's not just how easy it is to get scrims. It's how easy it is to get high-quality scrims, right? In their own regions, a lot of teams would just be like, all right, I don't want to scrim with these guys because they just keep on destroying us 4-0 every single time. So the fact that they are getting scrims on that quality and of the quantity, where, they can constantly be scrimming, like I think 3 times a day, it elevates their game. And you can definitely see the confidence, and that's why they're always they're smiling, they're enjoying it, even playing on stage now, like you said, getting accustomed to the stage. As we get into the knockout stage or closer to the knockout stage, we will see them get more and more comfortable. We will see them make more and more risky plays. And that's why I love the Swiss stage. We have so many more days to elevate the player's game.
Now, honestly, like even TLPH losing is because once you're here, once you're in the World Series, you kind of join this exclusive club, an elite club where you really just see the best of the best that the world has to offer. And I feel like for all the players here, you kind of feel comfortable in your own region. But then when you start seeing the world and the world see us, you're like, yo, bro, this is why I love Mobile Legends. But now we got to talk about Boyet as well as TNZ here, Mirko, and maybe a bit skewed because honestly, like, wait, not the place. We're like, in terms of their playstyle, might be a bit skewed because Falcon is more utility jungler,
Yeah, they're much more disciplined, they are slower, and that's why you can see a higher KDA because they don't die as much, they don't take as many brawls, but a lower DPM for the exact same reason. They're the type of team that builds towards these big leads through objectives, through lane dominance. So we're going to be expecting a lot of that for Team Falcons. Now, not to say that they can't team fight, which is also a very, very good point to bring in here for Team Falcons. They are disciplined, they want to set up for objectives, they want to utilize advantages, but if they are caught in a position where a team forces the team fight, they are really, really good too. On the other hand, Aurora, yes, they definitely have that style as well. We've seen them in the past actually utilize the Ube in M4. That was their best finish ever when they were still in City Supremacy. But they have elevated their game from there. It's not purely just Ube. Now it's a lot more team fighting, relying on the strengths of the individual skill of a lot of their players. Tienzi, to name a few, the best player on the team, I would say, mechanically, has been given assassins on assassin on assassins and has been given the space. The rest of the team usually just builds around him when he gets a comfortable assassin.
Speaking of, Nice, do you feel like Rosa should have a more comfortable time here? Because usually, one of the problems that Rosa had is going up against all these amazing junglers, Sakai's, Carl TZ, and everything like that. Assassins just keep on getting onto him. The fact that he's probably going to deal with the
utility,
do you think Rosa might have a better time here?
I think it could definitely be a possibility. This is why this matchup is also interesting because of the contrast between the two junglers. For the most part, I think
Memangnya lu
I would actually
ngomong
almost
apa,
love
Bre?
to just see Team Falcons
Ya, apa
also
itu?
go against the grain and what
Ngajak-ngajak
people are
Discord
usually
ya.
expecting and maybe pick up an assassin like from Boyet again because he's
tutup aja
basically
dah.
just showed us those utility junglers. And I'd like to see them go ahead and test that out because again, if
Tapi
they
gue
do
nggak
win
bisa
here
apa
and
nih,
they go to the knockouts,
nggak bisa
your kind
tonton
of
yang
singular plan around
yang
the
bahasa
utility
Indonesia.
junglers are only going to work so
Soalnya
much because
yang
then
nonton
teams are
rame
really
jadinya
going to hone in
nge-lag.
on the draft on that. And I think that's already going to happen here with
Makanya gue pakai
the
yang
way
bahasa
that
Inggris
the
aja.
draft is for Aurora Turkey here. So I think Rosa might have an easier time depending on.
Oh iya,
Again,
Bro.
this is a
Gue
best
kok
of
heran ya,
three,
kenapa
so
orang
you're
itu
going to see some of that game plan
kepo
shift
banget
from
ya
game one all the way,
soal
hopefully, if we
masalah
get to
itu.
3 games.
Iya,
So this is a
TTA
good test
di
for
grup itu.
both of them because they have been very stable in the way they approach the
Padahal nggak penting
objectives,
amat
the way
sih.
they approach the map, like Miracle mentioned. They're
Cuma
not
drama
going
akhir
out and
graduate
choosing a bunch
gitu
of
kan.
early skirmishes and fights. They definitely can. They've showed it before. They can play, for example, to pick off roams if they have to. But traditionally, they'll lean towards just securing objectives and going from there. Whereas Aurora has been a little more, chaotic in the way they play. Even their picks alone is diverse, I would say. So I think you're just going to have a really good contrast between the two teams' play styles.
That's why I think the change of Pago coming in, substituting Apex 47, actually, again, elevated the strengths that they want to highlight even more now, which is, again, individual skill, letting the players be free over just relying on a system.
Yeah, and now with everything all said and done, let's introduce the teams onto the stage.
Itulah Bre. Nah, ngobrol yuk. Soalnya penasaran. Muammar nggak ngasih tahu, soalnya suruh tanya aja sama kamu katanya. Padahal kan aku udah lama nggak ngikutin, Bre.
Mid, Rosa in the roam, it's Pago.
Lagian malas juga kan. Ngapain juga itu.
Seize the win. This is Aurora Gaming.
Through the years, I gotta say, Aurora Gaming, this roster, they stick together all this while. And for some people, these are the favorites because they've been very, very consistent, but they gotta break through Falcon first.
And now for their opponents, winning in academics and on the world stage. The sky is the limit.
Menurut lu Onic bakal pulang hari ini atau gimana nih? WKWK kaget tahu aja, Bre. Oke, nanti abis sini kita DC dah.
Utilizing Boyet as the jungler, as an amazing utility jungler, and we gotta look at Troll. What kind of hero will he actually get? I don't know if he will actually get the Matilda again.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be difficult to utilize the Matilda too, not just trying to get it, because if you look at both of these teams, the fact that it's so much faster for Aurora, I don't think they'll give the space for Falcon to play that slow build.
And now introducing the coaches for Falcon, Powy Burn and Kakashi for Aurora, it's Bagel Self as well as Apex 47. And now the teams will be going through their fist bump. This is going to be the final times they have physical contact on stage. and then it gets serious. Because again, this is to make sure you join Alter Ego and SRG in the knockout stage. Reminder, only 8 teams will make it through. So slots are very limited.
They are limited, and again, we'll have multiple teams move forward to that knockout stage. It's going to be competitive as hell, just like the Swiss has. Looking at Team Falcons, here's an interesting note. Cuffin is top 1 in kills, KDA, kill participation, and DPM, damage per minute, among all mid laners in Swiss. That is an insane stat to have here for Cuffin from Team Falcons.
Yeah, and it's because Boyet has exclusively been on utility, right? Now, the question is based on the Kimmies, on, again, the Farsas, mainly just damage dealers, no utility picks, where, again, for a lot of mid laners in the Swiss stage at best of ones, they've just been placed on, like, assassins, on utility picks that want to peel for the team and enable the team, because they play assassins, which is the case for our away team. Aurora Gaming love TNZ on assassins, actually exclusively assassins, so it's a complete contrast from Boyet.
And the thing is, there's quite a lot of good picks here where I feel like if Team Falcons, they bet on something like a Yisun Shin, might actually hurt them because then you force out TNZ to use something like a high lens, maybe even a Nolan. I feel like all these picks can take down Cuffin, and then by that time, you basically drop the firepower by half.
Yeah. That's the thing about Falcons' composition and the way that they've been able to play best of ones. A lot of people have just been caught by the curveball, right? They don't expect this kind of meta. They don't expect that kind of slow, systematic style. If Aurora just stick to their own plans and stick to their own strengths against CLPH, game number 2. If you go objectives, we're gank your gold lane 9 times and have him play a very, very bad game.
Yeah, now we talked to Sigmund and said, no room for error. Falcon have been performing really well this tournament. While I'm confident we can win, we'll need to bring our A game in this match. I hope we can show our fans a beautiful game. And this is the thing about Swiss Stage as well. The longer that you're here, the more that you're aware, everyone is leveling up as fast as you are. So some fans will say, oh, this is an easy matchup, this is a skewed matchup, but honestly not really, because again, the growth in a world tournament is so much more faster than any local tournaments out there. And now, which team will get the first blood here? Make sure you guys type it in chat no matter where you are, because for now, it looks like Falcons is leading.
Yep, 26-16, going vote Falcon or Aurora in the chat right now.
That'd be tough. Again, just because, both these teams have pretty big fan bases. They've been pretty dominant in their own respective regions for quite some time. And, leading into this, like I said, for Team Falcons specifically, getting to see, when I was first introduced to Team Falcons, which would have been in one of the international tournaments, I think 2-3 years ago, and I kind of heard their stories and, how they were looking for that. Like, they wanted that, competitiveness to be able to practice in, because they were so dominant in their region. That was like, man, we would love to just compete on the international stage. It's the biggest one, right? Which is M7. And it's like, they've gone through the ringer now. They're here. They're going to be playing on dangerous grass for the first map, this best of 3. And again, the improvements on both sides have been apparent, but especially for Team Falcons over the years.
Yeah.
Yep. Now we're going to look at the map stats here. We got to look at the times first, because look at that dangerous grass. Actually has the fastest average game time of 13 minutes and 32 seconds. The longest is Flying Clouds with 90 minutes and 47 seconds. But we've only had like, what, four games in dangerous grass?
We've had the least games on dangerous grass, but it actually is a very, very good map for Aurora Gaming. It's always great for a team that wants to go for the snowballs, want to just set up and, again, look to get quick tempo in the game. All right, Falcon actually, whoa. They go straight for the Fanny and the Lancelot ban. The Cloud is already up for grabs. Aurora are not going to ban it out. They're actually banning out the Mathilda alongside the Baksha and the Akai. Something we were thinking about, it's either Banda or Aurora are just going to try to play that fast tempo to negate the utility jungle and the Mathilda pick. I think this should just be a Cloud first pick.
Yep, agreed. Falcons is 100% win rate on blue side, by the way. So up until this point, still 100% win rate blue side. The respect bans are very apparent. I'm sure we'll see that continued on for the rest of the series. Now, I'm wondering, though, because at least for TNZ here, he's one of the junglers that has a ton of heroes you can bring. Whoa, there's a great first pick, though, for blue side.
There's another thing I'm thinking of. Aurora could pick Claude Eve. And that kind of disrupts their draft, because Claude can deal with the mid, and then the Eve can deal with any, utility junglers like the Frederick, which they have let open.
Yeah. Thing is, though, with the Bakchi and the Kai ban, I think Aurora are thinking of like just forcing Falcon on Assassin pick, forcing them to play a completely different style. Because even if they go for the utility jungle, something that has been 100% banned away from Rosa, this tournament has been the Selena. So that's something that they can leave open if they don't go for the Eve instantly here. But I do think Claude will probably show up. I don't know if they want to go Sora because the Valentina can still come through on the other side.
Yeah.
So that's a decision for Aurora to make. Back stuff. What is it going to be?
I kind of feel like he gives a good pick, but right now we're gonna look at the top here. Hilda. So honestly, it kind of forces them to use the Fredrin. But anyway, I want to talk about which team will get first blood here. 587 in chat says that Aurora will get this one, and 90 of you guys are saying Falcon. So in case you guys didn't notice, yes, we got the fandom war up top for you guys to see real time on how it's been progressing.
Yeah, I think it's fair that they think Aurora are gonna get first blood, man. Aurora have been the faster team with assassins, with lane dominance. Falcons have been an objective team. So if that was first turtle, I think it would go to Falcon.
Yeah, maybe for game 2 we can get that question. Which team's gonna get the first turtle? And then it goes over to Team Falcons. But right now, draft-wise, they'll pick up Adrucian and the carry. They pick up 2 quality heroes that are doing. It's interesting because the carry is default pick against Claude. Not favorable in terms of the stats. Claude's still winning and still the favored one, but also the Eve, like you guys mentioned earlier as well, will be picked up here now by Aurora. So that first phase on both sides, if you look at it, it's like, all right, we got our gold laners, our roams, and our mids all locked in on both sides. They almost serve the same purpose too. Vision provided from both roamers, set potential more so from the Gronk, but a lot of utility as well for the 2 mages on both sides.
For me, the thing that I like Aurora draft here because not only do they get very strong heroes, because both Eve as well as Claude have the highest win rate so far. And the second one, and I would say more pressing, is that the heroes of Aurora kind of counters whatever Team Falcon wants to do. If you want to go for assassins, you got the heal. If you want to go for tanks, you got the Eve. This is going to be pretty difficult here. But now we're looking at a player card here, chasing knockouts. Their 3rd straight M series together for Sanji, Sano, Troll, and Cuffit. This final the run that takes them into the knockout stage. Well, we got to see how the draft turns out, because for now, I'm really leaning towards Aurora.
Yeah, I agree. I share the same sentiment here. Aurora Gaming have done a really good job. The fact that, again, we were talking about the Eve pick coming through, but the decision to actually put Red 3 to see if the Juicin gets picked by Falcon, or if Falcon try to snatch away the Eve, is really good. Because again, if Falcon snatched away the Eve, the Cloud would already be an answer with a Hilda. So they're trying to force them to make that mistake. Instead, they go Juicin. So it's lane dominance now for Rosa in the mid lane, who hasn't really had the best of games, like you said, but now against a utility jungle team, it's going to actually be, never mind. I thought they were just going to lean into the Fredrin pick so that they can open up for Rosa and Sigiboom. Turns out, yeah, it's back to the plan that we were assuming from the start. Force Falcon on Assassin.
That's why I like it, man. I was wondering if the team would just go that route, cover your bases in terms of the utility jungle picks and the Matilda, which caused a lot of teams that went against Team Falcon some trouble, right? So fitting that Matilda was Team Falcon's go-to pick in the roam. But so now that is interesting because it's like what is Boyet going to play in the jungle? He's literally being challenged against Tienzi, who, like I said, his hero pool goes quite extensive, like in comparison to a lot of the junglers out there. And there's still plenty of picks for him to go. Even a Guinevere, for example, that we've seen him play before. We've seen Joy, Nolan, Leo Mord. So they'll go for the Phoveus ban here to keep those XP lane options left there. So that's what I'm wondering. What kind of jungler are we going to expect to see? Do we just see the XP lane pop up here and then they save that last pick for TNZ?
Falcon looks like they're setting up for an Arlet pick for some reason.
Arlet is a good option, but I think also the Joy is something that can still show up, right, for Falcon, banning out the Phoveus. So you get both. You set up for an Arlet, you set up for a Joy, you set up for...
Because I feel like they need just a little bit more damage, at least in the early and mid. And I feel like Arlet can definitely do that.
What about Lapu?
Yeah, the thing is, you need a combo with it. Right now, it's just the Juicin, and technically, okay, you have the Grok as well to set it up. If they want to go Arlet, it's Guinevere Arlet. If they don't, then I think the Joy comes through. Although it is going to be very tough with a lot more displacements now that the Sora has been picked up by Aurora Gaming.
I was saying Leomord. What if they go Valentina XP?
Okay.
Because the Sora is Sora.
Makes sense. And actually is...
You can even take RWM.
Yeah, very good pick. But I think for the most part, especially if you go Valentina XP, you're going to be building tank, right? So
Yuzong nggak sih?
stealing away Sora. But what is the last pick going to be for
Yuzong
Aurora?
kalau nggak lapu.
It really just looks like it's a setup for Joy, right? Like, it has to be an
I
assassin.
feel like
here.
Yushin Shin is also
Atau
possible.
mungkin Valentina X. Oh kan bener lagi.
Less likely
Lapu.
now that there's a Lapu and a Leomore, but yes, it is possible. Traceless is a good
Hilda.
tool to have. We saw how Skies was able to
Akankah
outplay the Lapu of
terjadi
Sanford
duel
on
sengit
a Yushin
XD
Shin with Traceless.
Yuzong X Lapu?
Because right now it's just
Atau
Joy,
Uranus nih?
Nolan, Yushin Shin.
I almost think Nolan would. I
Uranus
think
masih
Nolan
oke
might
sih.
be better here, just
Wah,
because.
biar
Again, you can rely on
gangguin
that
aja.
information with the Hilda
Tapi
and
kurang
then
damage sih kayaknya.
Sora tanky enough, but they're.
Oh, Harley.
Oh
Oh,
my lord!
oh my
That's what
god.
I'm saying about TNZ, man. You just okay. You can name
Hyper
some heroes, but you
Harley
just
cuy.
never know with
Siapa
TNZ.
sangka?
I feel like, okay, guys, what's the idea? Kill Cuffin? Hey, we're good.
Yeah.
Right? 'Cause
Siapa
once
sangka
Cuffin's
cuy
done,
Hyper Harley
most of their
cuy.
damage is
Bahkan
out. But we
Erno
do
di
have to
pick.
see how Boya does with this Leomar, because in Alter Ego, even though the kitty was not there, the Leomar did quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, I don't know how this pick is going to work, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Because
We never
Cuffin isn't on a damage dealer. He's on a juice in. They've taken away the utility jungle. I think if this was the whole plan, the pressure should have been left open. They should have put Cuffin onto like
Biar Liga menang.
Or do the SRG and just
Jempol
gang Sano
coin.
over and over again.
I guess that works too.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the first game of the day. Falcon against Aurora Gaming. This is the match to decide who goes to the knockout stage. Welcome to the Land of Dawn.
I just want to say, TNZ is just so anti-mainstream, bro. Back in M4, when everybody was playing the meta picks, he would go Leomore. Now
Kok
that
langsung di
Leomore gets picked up,
post
it's like,
gitu cuy. Baru juga mulai.
I'm gonna pick up the Harley. Even in MSC, everybody was going Roger Jungle, all that. He's
Belum
like,
juga seberapa udah di post aja.
Funny thing is, of multiple teams that have faced
Meta post Israel kah?
Leomord from TNC. They're like, all right, we got your pick, you know, because I feel like that's one of the picks that a lot of people familiarize themselves with Aurora from Turkey, and that is TNZ's Leomord, and you know, now that more people are picking up, he's just like, I gotta, it's done. I gotta go somewhere else. How's the Harley actually? I mean, obviously his whole thing is to just go ahead and assassinate someone here, like and he's quite elusive, right? The way that he works, it's just. Gosh, when was the last time we even saw a Harley in competitive, or even in rank? Well, I mean,
I faced the Harley when I think it was wildcard days when we were playing. We were up against a Harley. It was pretty bad, but like
But everyone we fought against was pretty bad.
We're still climbing the ranks here, right?
We're kind of too good. Yeah, I feel like the Harley, it's either two, right? Either you want to counter jungle as much as possible, and then gank either, right? Because the problem for us is that we don't know who can the Harley kill. Because if, say, at level 6, having half items, you can kill an EXP lane, then maybe that might be an avenue that they're looking for. I just don't know of all the members of Falcons here, you know, having the Grog, Jushin, Carry, Leomort, and Lapu.
Like, who would he target?
Exactly.
I mean,
like, if you can kill the Leomort early, then, hey, maybe Leomort's the target. We don't know.
I really think the idea right now for Aurora is to actually, well, obviously...
Malam bisa nggak bre? Jam 9 mungkin.
For Aurora, then they're going to play that game.
Yeah.
But...
So ini aja abis ini match ini. Kalau nggak apa? Selesai maghrib. Malam gue sibuk. Anjay biru. Boleh lah kita kasih biru yang datang-datang.
It's been horrible for the carry.
Yeah, because easy question. Harley comes to you. What are you gonna do? Right?
Spin the light wheels, man.
Like second skill, flicker. I feel like you're still gonna be in range to die.
Yeah, you're still.
Tapi kenapa kebelet pengen tahu banget ya mereka deh. Padahal nggak ada hubungannya sama mereka. Gamenya juga nggak berhubungan. Lihat aja nanti bre. Boleh. Atau enggak kayak aku nonton 2 match aja nggak sih? Nanti pas Onic baru mau apa lagi? Atau mau sekarang? Sekarang masa ya? Belum mau 1 match sudah end stream cuy. Ini habis match 1 ini. Boleh dah.
It's dangerous grass.
Lihat aja nanti bre, nggak tahu juga.
All over the map. which the sole purpose of that is also going
Ya
to play into
gitulah
this
bre.
early pick. Like that
Tingkat
information, being able to provide that
kepoannya
information, utilizing the Hilda,
100%
will allow
lebih
things to
tinggi.
be easier, I should say, for TNZ on how he wants to approach the objectives. But also on another thing to take note with the Sora. Now, after seeing the Savage from Innocent, right? It's like now I've seen some discussion online.
Coba ada bilang ABS.
Which form is better?
Ini matchnya perkiraan 20 menit dia tembus nggak bre?
Dependent on the situation in the game. Yeah. But the amount of damage
Ya.
that this lineup can do early on is kind of
Nanti aja PC-nya bre kalau mau ngobrol. Nanti berarti ABS maghrib. Ya habis maghrib. Kan bentar lagi maghrib nih. Habis nanti nih. Kira-kira 5 menit dah langsung Discord.
You know, you're going up against what do we have here? Hilda and Eve. You know, just don't lose against Hilda and Eve. Push them back. Maybe get a kill early, and then you're good.
Yeah. Very easy to say that, but on the Juicing against
super
Eve
simple.
and
Super
Hilda, super simple.
No, just keep dodging.
Just try harder.
Attack. Yeah, exactly. Just try harder, man. Yeah.
Just break the crystal, man. It ain't that hard, you know. Just win the M7 World Championship.
Like if you know Rosa pops the RWM, just don't get caught.
Facts.
Just don't get caught.
Just run, Lamau.
Yeah.
Just deal more damage.
Exactly. Like it's not that hard if you really think about it. If your flicker's down, well that's on you. Yeah, that's on you. Why?
Ini lama banget ya postnya. Baru juga mulai udah post aja.
So again, right? Like even if we ask those questions, like why'd you flicker?
Ya semoga bisa.
It's gonna be tough.
Bisa lah itu. Masa yang enggak.
Up when there's a Harley constantly blocking your battle spells.
Hey, pull yourself together, man.
Sebenarnya gue malas cuy jelasin kayak gitu.
Aurora. I mean, with
Ntar gue yang kena coy.
First blood.
I mean, having Claude, Hilda, and Eve, all just by that.
Yeah.
Manfaatnya juga nggak ada di gue coy.
Harley comes in and you're like, oh, okay.
Atau gini aja kita bikin join membership gitu.
I actually legit think
Biar bahas tentang
who gets first blood.
circle sebelah.
Because I feel like even the Grok and Hilda, if you try to target him, it would take too long. Okay. Right? So I feel like if anyone's gonna die first, it should be a mid laner. And looking at the side lanes, unless they really mess up their laning phase, then yeah, they will die first.
It's almost an easy, like I would say, it's almost an easy pick off if you are Aurora Turkey right now. Like with this lineup for the first blood. But the
Biar sekalian kan nyari untung daripada ngobrol nggak jelas aja ngasih info.
Let's just say he falls behind or he has some trouble, or the first blood is towards him and he gets late in the jungle. I feel like then it's a little bit more difficult to actually use this lineup just because.
Lu mau sambil Discord nggak sini? Atau lagi lu lagi PC ya? Kalau nggak kita nge-caster berdua nih.
Here's our top 5 picked heroes, by the way, for the Swiss stages.
Lupa lu lagi PC lo.
28%.
The reason the Gatakacha as well, by the way, it's just been horrible. That's why you're seeing much more Kalea picks, even with the Gatakacha up. Is the thing right now is the Gata doesn't even counter that anymore. Usually it counters a lot of the pickup heroes. But what I'm most surprised with is the Cho, actually, right? Like the first of the carry and the Gatakacha, on paper it would make sense that they're meta. The Cho makes sense too. It's just I didn't expect it to be this meta. I guess it's just a really good substitute for the Kalea that is always banned out.
Which, by the way, Elliot does have the highest.
Claude sekarang MM tier S ya.
Yeah, so now the Power Tricks are back. Harley returns on the world stage after the Heroes M3 World Championship. That's your debut.
That was my debut.
Tapi gue nggak nyangka sih tadi. Malah pick Harley ternyata cuy di luar prediksi.
I was, dude. I was literally baby. Not Bob.
Yeah, that's me.
That
by you.
Yes.
I remember watching M3 and
yeah,
in my place and being like, that'd be cool, because I wasn't casting yet, so I'd be like, it'd be cool to be a caster.
And then a year later, you casted the M4 World Championship.
Yeah.
Ini postnya berapa lama dah? MPL lama amat ini postnya.
You say whatever and then you put cutie at the end.
Yeah.
Right.
During that time, you're top global gourd.
Yeah.
This guy's pretty good.
The M4.
Dude, I tried to play him.
How's he doing it?
How's he doing it? I tried to play him, by the way.
Yeah.
He does not work in this meta.
I mean, with Claude?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Just break the crystal, dude.
Just ult, bro.
Dude,
If Claude chases after you, dash away.
Yeah. What, you don't have dashes in your kit?
Come on, man.
He's got a board that he doesn't even use. By
Yeah,
the way.
dude.
So
He has a board that he cannot dash.
Yeah, I would love to speak to the design person of that hero, Gord, my favorite of all time, and just be like, what was the logic?
He should get additional movement speed when you're on expanding rivers.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing. With that board, he should be able to pass through terrains, right?
He should be like Kimmy.
Exactly.
He should technically be able to, because he's, you know.
And honestly, it should be longer than Kimmy.
Ntar aku coba buka Discord kuat gak ini?
That's it.
That is one of the most
And then the walls is 7 centimeters.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, I have to walk around now.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
This is what happens, by the way, guys, when there's a tech pause. So enjoy the English M7.
But I took my men, so I'm more more behaved.
Nice. Yo, they. Oh, never mind. We're back.
Nggak kuat, ternyata nggak kuat.
Which they are studying.
They're studying.
Nggak kuat buka Discord.
All right. So it's Lunar with concussive. Okay, we're seeing much more concussive
Hitam
now for the
bentar,
XP
hitam bentar.
Soras, right?
Soalnya tadi buka Discord.
All right, there you
Nah.
go. We're gonna see more of that. It's just Lutpi that didn't make it work, unfortunately.
Nah, langsung saja.
He has to win first for it to say make it work.
Exactly. Yeah, they gotta win.
Yeah.
I think, whoa. All right. I was gonna say, wonder what the other emblems that he was using here.
Well, you have to wonder just a little bit longer, but
There we go,
not
there.
that long.
Festival of Blood with Vitality, and then we have the planes pretty normal here.
Tuh,
I
dapat
like
nggak?
the fact that there are no Master
Parah banget.
Assassins on
Angkat lagi nggak
the
sih?
laners here. I think
Nggak bisa.
Master Assassin is kind of
Buldannya tebel itu.
overrated now. I was a big fan of Master Assassin, but currently it's really all about that team play and playing weak side to join your team for the most part, especially on Cloud, right? You're
Tapi
double
menurut
laning,
gue
so it
Harley
makes more
cukup
sense.
ngeselin
Plus, it's
sih.
easier for you to make into the TikTok highlights.
Tinggal
if you just
ulti,
survive longer.
skill 1 kabur.
I'm sure
Dapat
that's the
satu
least
orang.
on there.
I mean, you don't know. I mean, right? What if you interviewed us?
I
Like,
gotta do this for the highlights.
yeah. Social media presence, man.
Yeah, living on the edge, dude.
Amin. Hop, dapat kah? Ya, flicker dia. Hop, nice. Lemornya dapat. Itu sekarang bikin Harley-nya. Hampir aja cuy. Oh itu mid-nya udah buang flicker.
Yeah, why you guys flicker?
There's a Harley.
There's a Harley.
Yeah, good body block, by the way, there from Troll. The fact that he body blocked there actually saved Coffin. Could have been an easy kill for the Harley to trade it back.
Ini
But
mana
now it's a
yang
win for Team Falcons, although it is Aurora who
Aduh, gagal.
Ooh, Lunar.
Oh,
He's got the damage.
gel, sakit banget ya Sura.
Lunar takes it in his own hands. Gonna do some damage to Troll too. Sanji will join
Sama-sama
this
tapi
fight.
untung di Aurora dapat salto sekaligus kill. Nih siapa shot lagi? Itu buffnya dapat di Harley. Ya, tim Falcon rugi besar dong.
Okay, Marco, maybe Lunar should have flickered.
Yeah.
It was there for quite a while.
But I think at that point he was also like, I already did what I wanted to do. I'm
Kecolong
gonna see my flicker for
bawa
the next neutral
ungunya.
objective, I guess. And also, it actually baited the rest of the team to go bot while Tienzi went on purple. So, hey, it ended up being very, very worth it. And you were already talking about this, Lafal, right? It's either ganks or counter jungling. You have so much mobility when you're on the Harley, and Tienzi is really making it work, despite not getting that early kill. That would have been so much better.
Wis.
Oh, big damage on Cuffin.
Buset, sakit juga tuh Hilda.
Surviving that, he's gonna be fine. Still has
Ini
to be
dapat.
a little careful because no flicker. But now,
Oh, flicker.
deadly magic used with the poker tricks, and it's just not enough damage right now.
Kirain mati carry-nya.
Flicker, dude. Oh,
Oh, blazing duet.
Pop the blaze and do it, but Sano's
Nggak bisa, nggak bisa.
okay under the turret.
I like that how we called all the plays.
Yeah, we did.
During the pause. And now it just keeps on happening.
Yeah, I mean, watch flicker, man. Harley, it's always the Harley. Even in the mid lane, right? We saw those flickers early. Yeah, Tienzi's really going to be a menace. What? Which build is interesting? Oh,
looks like Tienzi is
Lah,
going for
lampu
the
ulti mana itu tadi?
going straight for feather. I thought it was going to be the
Lah,
cheapest one too. You're
lah.
right.
or even the lightning. But yeah,
Menit berapa tuh? Menit
maybe just build
3.
We'll see how he turns this out.
I guess he was thinking.
Sumpah lagunya ngapain itu tadi?
Falcons have been able to actually body block a lot. I'm just gonna go for more consistent damage so that it doesn't get body blocked as easily, and people will take more damage overall.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, people know how to build Harley now.
There you go.
I'd say his auto attacks are
Mati.
under the damage. Wow, the
Mati geraknya.
magic paired up with all of that will take out Troll.
Turtle
Doesn't
spawn.
even That's the thing. We've seen a lot of flickers not be used and used on the same
Hilda.
time. Right up at the second turtle, though, they're going to force out Sanji. Cuffing as well. Won't be able to
Buset,
do
suaranya
much.
juga
So this
kaget.
second objective will go into the hands of Aurora as TNZ secures it.
Double
I gotta say, win or
turtle
lose, it's annoying
untuk
to deal
tim
with
Aurora.
Aurora's draft, man. Yes. Dealing with the Claude, Harley, and the Hilda, it's different kind of annoying, and they're all annoying.
And look at that, dude. Maybe this is the best way to deal with a Leomore, because TNZ walked up, Poyet had to use Phantom Steam
di
to
atas,
respond, and
hati-hati.
then TNZ's like, yeah, nah. Yeah, he just backs away.
Yo, ini
So he's
masih
baiting
imbang
flickers,
sih,
he's
masih imbang.
baiting Phantom Steeds, these big
Beda
ultimates,
satu
and I have a feeling we're going to be
1000
seeing a
doang.
lot of the tech charges missing as well.
Honestly, Harley is like, how do I say this? A window shopper. You act interested, but not really.
Yeah. Like you just show up and then he
Itu ngapain
literally
itu
goes through space.
tanknya?
Yeah. His second skill space escape, so it's kind of annoying to deal with.
Oh, di all-in kah?
Pagu back. Pagu won't
Oh,
be
di
able to escape.
all-in apanya?
Crowd
Apa namanya?
control all thrown over
Hilda.
because that's about all they can lock down right now.
I can sense a bit of frustration there.
Oh, for real, dude. They're like, you know what? Just go, man. Just kill them. We don't like them anymore. And
Just tech charge him.
the thing is, Pagu's like, it's okay. I enjoy that. Oh,
Oh.
Roll again. No, that won't
Kroknya hampir mati coy.
TNZ goes in, but he did also just get the Feather of Heaven locked in, so obviously he's not going to land all those kills that he's looking for, but he's still a threat.
Yeah, going to be really, really
enough to hurt
Iya.
because the fact that they are doing so much right now, having so much. Okay, there you go. So if it's not Harley, it's Sora. Sano's just never going to have flicker up.
Oh, di bawah.
Yeah, that's really
Itu lampu.
TNZ,
Lampu bisa mati.
one here, can he? Sanji always
Sap,
gonna go
sap.
for it.
Nice.
You don't want to 1v1 a Harley if you're on the Lapu Lapu.
Mati sama Harley coy.
Oh, you die. And he had a flicker. Yeah, he had it. That's what I'm saying. Either you're seeing the flickers used or not. Oh, TNZ again in the mid lane. Popping the deadly magic, but no go there. Again, Turtle's up here, and right now Aurora Gaming in a good position to go ahead and take this one as well. Going to be 3 for 3 on the Turtles. It just seems like Team Falcon doesn't want anything to do with this.
Yeah, Aurora, they're basically playing macro by just ganking over and over, you know, taking all the spells away and be like, you can't contest this, right? We're just going to get all this for free.
Yeah, and that's why we were talking about this matchup already. It's going to be so different. Team Falcons have been exploiting a lot of the teams in a best of 1 where they are not used to playing it slow. In a best of 3 Aurora Gaming, there is no pressure for them to actually play it safe. They can just go in, take more risk. And again, because they've actually adapted the stage, you know, understood how to handle the pressure while playing on the M7 stage and here in the MPL Arena. This is what you get. Them just going all in. Starlium side second item. The glowing wand already on Rosa. So because Harley is such a threat right now, he's like, all right, usually I would go for more damage, but this time I can just... I'm surprised Sano didn't. Oh, he didn't have flicker.
Yeah, he doesn't have it.
Now, I gotta say, it almost feels over because 1,000 difference by the damage jungler as well as the gold lane.
Look at Pagu! Dude, when he can do that much damage on Lapu, I don't know.
Yeah, this is a really difficult position to be in. And, you know, that's probably part of the entire plan from Aurora Gaming, too, is they get a
Groknya buang ulti, rugi gak sih? Itu harusnya jalan aja bisa selamat itu.
Even though he's like the most winning gold lane right now and one of the top picks, he needs time to build up. Well, when your team's composition allows you to do everything that you need to in the mid to early game, no one's concerned about the Claude, and that's the problem because later on, they can do this. Forcing a fight under the tier 1, RWM is dropped. TNZ, it looks like, will just continue counter-jungling, and that's the thing, man. We're actually seeing Boyet now struggle because he's not on one of the utility heroes that we used to see him playing.
I gotta say, I feel like Coach Pawibom is looking at his draft and be like, yeah, maybe I made some mistakes. Maybe I need to shift it up. Because honestly, even without the heart, I feel like it is a very tough draft to go up
Tuh, kalau dia bisa apa tuh?
and this Hardy, something that I
Bisa
do have to
clear,
point out is that
langsung
the
kita
items are
keluar.
quite cheap. Where
Untung
the
itu.
1,000 difference between a Harley and the Leomord is one full
Bisa
item.
diwarin itu.
Like Harley has 2 full items, Leomord has 1 item and 1 component. That's how big the difference is when it comes to the prices of the items they want to build.
Yeah, and it's going to get even tougher as we get to the later game here because you saw earlier how TNZ, while the fight was happening in the mid lane, TNZ just completely zoned Sano from the mini wave in the bottom lane. And again, I'm surprised he didn't flicker, but TNZ also didn't use the deadly magic yet, which is
they're contesting the Lord here. Interesting. Wow.
they need to commit onto something because if not, they just get poked away.
Yeah, the beacon going to be used by Cuffin too, right? For Rosa. Lunar's going to jump in now. TNZ looking for his opening, but a good tech charge patrol. But Sano secures the Lord. Fight still going through as Boyet falls, and Sano's going to be next. Trapped by the tech charge. A flicker forward from TNZ. He's going to be unleashing on
Dikit lagi.
Meanwhile, Troll trying to
Tuh,
run for
Harley.
Lunar.
Nice.
TNZ will get the Mega. And now
Wah, head
Troll
up gak
all
sih?
on as Lunar
Sap.
chases him down to finish him off.
Sora.
Some blast and stops
Sap.
him from going with a recall.
Nah.
And they will pick up the wipeout. A massive team fight for Aurora Gaming. I gotta
Ini dapat mid, dapat atas. Rugi sih tim Falconnya. Meskipun dapat Lord.
Through the pressure, or they try to make something happen, and they decided to fight in the end, which is honestly a valiant effort. It was a valiant effort from them. They got the turtle. Sorry, they got the Lord. They were able to zone Tianzi. It's just the fact that they used all their resources to get the Lord to force that play.
Let's see if they end it quick. They're not super tired. Right? Because here's the thing. I feel like sometimes it's okay to give up. You know? Sometimes it's okay.
I will always hit refuse, LFL.
I will always hit refuse too.
I tell people never give up sometimes.
So now we know LaBelle's the guy
who
as soon as he dies, he's like opens up the settings.
He gets his jungle, loses his orange buff early.
I play many different games. Some games they reward you for giving up. You know, so my perspective of life is cut your losses.
Actually, right now it's getting this goddamn Harley off my screen. That's probably what I'm going to say right now, because every time this guy just walks up, dude, it's so annoying, you know?
It is.
Walking, chilling,
and
like
he's
that.
smiling.
Look at this guy.
Oh! That amount of damage.
Oh my God.
Mulai lagi dah, rem drop.
Okay, he does survive it.
If only Sano had it like a thorn rose or something.
Dude, if Sano had flicker, he would have burnt it. It was on cooldown.
See, that is a perfect representation of what Mirko was just talking about, though.
Yeah. Get this goddamn Harley off my
This
screen.
Harley out of here, man. By the way, you're gonna see way more Harleys in game now.
Yeah.
No, man.
By the way, they got a Lord, 0 damage and negative 4,000 gold. That's
not good. No.
Itu. Wes majuin. Sap, Sora. Dikit lagi. Nice. Oh, carry-nya tajam banget.
From the team, he goes down as well. It's a 2-for-2 trade, but TNZ will have to get in check. But Siggy Boom this whole time has been untouched. He's going to work on the base turret here with Rosa as they look to get the mid base turret down.
Dapat mid.
Couple shots left on that, but Falcons, they will go ahead and stand. The Phantom C is going to be used. Siggy Bum is now the cause of caution here for this lineup from Aurora Gaming.
Oh my lord, look at that. Look at that. Look
Bawah
at that.
dapat.
He really well. Feather of Heaven, that's the reason he's able to do that much in Starlium side 2. So
Harusnya
crazy.
tinggal dapetin lore
Sano
N
just
ya
got the
sih.
flicker up, and he was already forced to use it again in that skirmish.
You know what, gentlemen? If I was Moonfun, right? Watching M7, looking at his stats, I'm thinking to myself, maybe we should buff carry.
Oh my god, look at the bottom wave, man. That's gonna get a free base turret.
Yeah, Lord secured already. Lunar going to give the signal to go for the fight.
Aduh.
Can't even withstand the damage
Nah.
coming through as he falls
Tuh, majuin.
back in, forcing Boyet on the retreat.
Balik dulu, tunggu lore.
Gaming, they've already got the Lord secured. They'll get ready to knock on these base turrets. Already sitting at less than half health across the board here, and that bottom one being gone. There's not much left.
Atas dapat sih. Atas lepas. Oh, gol itu dikit lagi, ya Harley.
They have to go heal back up because they can't even fight or stay around.
Siapa sangka, coy.
It feels like fighting 2 clods, man.
Lore datang dari mid.
But the thing is, like, he can instantly go back when the Cloud has to, just chill for a bit.
Harusnya bisa end sih ini. Soalnya turret midnya cuma dikit.
Gaming have found a pick that will scare a lot of people.
Hop, Sora. Sora.
This could be the winning moment already for Aurora Gaming.
Langsung saja majuin Sora. Nice. Good game untuk tim Aurora, coy.
Get this entirely off my screen. It's basically the game that Falcons was playing the entire time. So you saying hello to the camera.
Yuk, Bre, jadi Discord nggak? Kalau jadi sekarang nih gue end stream nih. Kita Discord sampai jam 7.
Especially if we get another dangerous grass selection on the map. Mirko, if Falcon have to ban it.
Give me that draft, I would feel good.
Jadinya nggak
It
nih?
will be all smiles, and this just adds another fast game on the.
Kalau jadi sekarang waktunya, nanti malam nggak bisa lagi.
Feel like unrelated, but at the same time, though.
Yeah, it's actually
pretty fast.
Yeah, it's way more related than you think because again, it
Yo,
enables these players
jadi
like
kah?
Hilda to get so much more strength in the start of the game, especially when they snowball, and it allows teams to actually play that fast tempo. That's why when we saw
Aurora
the selection,
1-0.
I was instantly saying, "Oh man, this is going to be a very favorable map for Aurora Gaming over Team Falcons." Because again, if we look at the track record of the best of ones, Falcons have relied on sending curveball to their
Sekarang
opponents, making it super slow and playing so
BO3 ya.
in a meta that we would
Berarti
think
3
would be
game.
more chaotic, more brawly.
Jadi nggak
And
bre
you can see
ini.
from Aurora here in this game, it was just so chaotic. It was so awkward in a good
Hello.
way. So Falcon, they didn't get to play their game at all. Heck, all the utilities were banned out. We saw 2 bans at the start with the Akana Baksha. We thought it was going to be the Fredrin left open because but they want to just
Jadi Discord kah? Kalau jadi gue end stream nih. Tinggal match
now there's going to be so many
onic aja
questions
nanti.
for Falcons. Do they ban Harley? Do they pick Fredrin early? Do they what do they do?
Now, honestly, like first things first. This is why I asked the question. Do you think we'll see first pick Claudes? Because something in my mind tells me that even after all the days of Swiss stage, some teams will be like, nah.
Jadi nggak bre.
I don't. Nah, dude. I swear, it's the Bruno Granger thing all over
No,
again.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It's just that knowing the teams, knowing the players, I'm pretty sure in their head they're like, we can do with it. It's not that big of a deal.
Unless you have a Freya player,
I was
stop
gonna say.
it. Get some help, man.
Freya, gold maybe. The carry is just not doing it. And as you saw when we got a glimpse of the graphic of the top 5 picks, what did you have at 28%? Now 27, I guess. 27-ish.
It could be 24. Because percentages.
Yep, percentages.
It definitely goes down. Yeah, when you lose.
Facts.
Win rates, you know.
What is that?
Quick math.
Kalau mau sekarang sih.
I feel like I'm the dumb one, no?
Why?
Why?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say that's what I was looking. There you go.
Can we check out the MVP?
Nah,
It's gotta be TNZ, no?
get this Harley off my screen,
Hey, you know what? If you enjoy rank, maybe play Brawl for a while.
dude. Yeah.
Ntar bre
You know
gue
what? You're
tanya
gonna see
dulu.
more Harleys in Brawl.
I know you're gonna see him in rank too, man.
And Classic.
Dude, Team Falcons, they saw a Harley in game. They'll see a Harley in MVP. When they go to sleep tonight, they'll see a Harley.
Dude, they'll see a small kid with a cap.
Sekarang atau tidak selamanya, bilangnya aja gitu bre. Mau sekarang atau tidak selamanya. Biarin tuh penasaran bilang bre.
Play cards? No. No cards. Honestly, even if they want to play football, like, no red cards. Yeah. Anyways, the MVP, of course, is going to be TNZ 6-0-4, 909 GPM, which is actually quite high.
Sekarang atau tidak selamanya yang gitu
Go
bre.
for the Feather of Heaven first, and then
Abis Isa gue ada nobar onic.
Damage instead of the Genius one. Again, I think if it was more of a snowbally game, Genius one would probably make a lot of sense as well. But hey, the Feather of Heaven works so
Bagaimana?
well.
Oh enggak.
And it built it up with the Starling Sight and anything Lightning Truncheon next. Then you started the Mind Glaive, and then it was a problem for Troll. But if you look at it all the way towards the start as well, it was already
Oke, mungkin segitu aja dulu nggak bre, langsung Discord lah kita bre. Nggak mau sudah. Nggak mau sudah ya sudah selesai. Lu masih ada di sini kah bre?
honestly, I feel like after the play that Innocent showed, I feel like all the Sora players will be like, you know what? Sometimes I can be selfish. Sometimes I can get the kills for myself and not set it up for my team. Yeah. Because what have they done for me? I'm EXP. They leave me alone. They sometimes even take my crab.
In this game, the team did a lot. Mainly the Harley, but then another kill down below for Lunar. And again, it was a forced fight for Team Falcons. If you look at it again, yes, it was awkward. Yes, it looked very, very bad for Falcons because why are they taking fights when they're so far behind? But then you look at how Aurora have been able to control the game and you think, there's no other way. It's either they get suffocated in their own base, let Aurora get all the objectives for free, or
Ya bre, buat room di Discord bre. Biar aku join.
That leaves me the question, like, then what would have been the way to approach this, right? Was it just completely shut down draft-wise to the point where
first pick Claude,
first pick Claude, and then what? Even though Leomord, because like Boyet was, he got a couple kills, but he really wasn't able to do too much like space-wise around the map in his own jungle.
Yeah. Honestly, like personally for me,
Yo
first pick
masuk
Claude,
room bre, masuk
and
room.
then Fred Jushin.
Yep.
Would have been pretty good. Fred Dushan, yeah. Or if the Eve has not been picked up, Eve, and then force them to pick up something like a Yuzong or something, you know.
That's why it's like when you pick up the Claude, you leave so much open. The thing is, again, here they didn't pick up the Claude. Aurora got it, and that's why Aurora were able to set up for whatever mid laner for Rosa red 3. We were expecting the Claude with the Eve, but that was unnecessary because with the Claude there already, it would be difficult for Falcons to pull off the Eve. So Aurora wanted Falcon to pick up the Eve so that they could just continue to dive. And imagine that. Imagine if Aurora had more dive in the mid lane, had a Harley and a Claude, and Cuffit was on Eve instead of Juicin. Like he would have died more than twice for sure.
For the younger kids, Claude is that guy.
Claude is him. Claude is him.
Oh man, I don't know how I feel. Like, I wish the gold lane was just like we saw more variation. I know we have.
When the Claude's banned, we see a lot of variation.
Yeah, when the Claude is banned. So maybe as we get to the knockouts, like that's what teams will do. They'll just be like, you know what? Just ban the Claude. Like, or obviously they'll be playing towards it too. But I think maybe there's going to be more answers to deal with that Claude, to deal with those options as we get to the knockout stages. But even just having a pick like this, who I'm not even that surprised that it came from Aurora Gaming from Turkey to do this, right? To bring up the Harley, to bring up one of those unique picks that now could be one of the answers that even other teams end up using. Just like when we saw the Freya Gold originally picked up, some of the teams did that. So this is a good little variation in the meta that was setting up.
The person for me, unless we see a hot fix like what Munton did towards Bruno, I feel like especially a game where it's like one more to knock out or one more to potentially get eliminated, just ban the Claude. Like I feel like the risk is not worth it.
Yeah, and I don't think the hotfix should be for the Claude. I think the hotfix should be for the fighter emblem. Huh? Yeah, the fighter emblem is the most important thing for me.
Honestly, like if you nerf the Claude, I feel like the one that won't hurt too much, but it still hurts. Is like increase the cooldown of the BMI or something.
I think just ban. I think Claude is in a really good state right now. I think the fighter.
Oke, thank you semuanya yang udah join, udah mampir dan udah semuanya tadi udah komen juga tadi ada Muammar dan lain-lainnya. Dan bagi ada yang nonton replay jangan lupa di subscribe, di like dan komen guys. Semoga dan supaya aku bisa jadi lebih sering end stream dan semoga kedepannya jadi lebih baik lagi. Mungkin segitu saja dulu karena udah mau maghrib and bye bye.